inside of the right atrium, which is this right upper chamber, there is an oval-shaped depression at the tip of the pointer that is called the fossa ovalis. I could point to this and say, don't name this depression, tell me what it was before birth. Before birth, this was a hole called the foramen ovale. This is the pulmonary trunk. This is part of the aorta. This white structure is called the ligamentum arteriosum. I could point to it and say, don't name this structure, tell me what it was before birth. Before birth, it was called the ductus arteriosus. If I word it like that and you put both answers, it will be marked wrong because it tells me you don't know what it was before compared to what it was after. You just know that eventually it's one or the other. Okay, so make sure you pay attention to the part of the question that says before birth or after birth. This model is after birth. I have to ask you for things before birth. The fetus on the board, that's before birth. If I wanted after birth, I would have to word that on the question card. The final model is a gravid uterus or pregnant uterus. There's a whole set of these models showing different stages. Not that you have to know, but this is about 4 months into pregnancy. So this is a fetus that we're looking at, not an embryo anymore. And I'm going to take the fetus out because I don't tag fetus. So besides the uterus, there are a couple other structures you can see here. You can see the fallopian tubes, both of them, attached to the uterus. You can see the finger-like projections on the end of the fallopian tubes. Those are called fimbriae. And you can also see what it's hovering around, which would be this yellow structure, which is an ovary. Both sides you can see fallopian tubes with fimbriae on the end, hovering around an ovary. Just this section here, that I'm sticking my finger in or my knuckle in, that is the superior part of the vagina. This region is the cervix. So this is the inferior part of the uterus. It's called the cervix. I won't tag the body or the fundus here, but you can definitely see those on the other female pelvis model that we looked at. The final two things are related to the fetus. So if I put the fetus back in for a second, you can see there is a thin white membrane completely surrounding the fetus. That is the amnion. And then this light purple layer here with the little tree-like blood vessels in it, that is the chorion. Those are chorionic villi, little blood vessels, but this is the chorion layer here.